What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here. Now, after 14 grueling weeks, finally we are here. We have our top four. Royal Heiney taking on the Snipers, the Vikings taking on the Shreaders. Now, before we do go and get into everything, I thought we'd have a quick look at the stats just to see how things line up before these final three games of the season. So, as we can see, Turnbull is top of the run scoring at the moment with 919. Whether he will go and keep that position because he isn't playing in the semi-finals will be very interesting to see. Saying that though, Smith isn't in, and unless Lepakis and Peterson have an absolutely incredible couple of games where they score at least 100 runs each, then we could be in for seeing Turnbull, a player who did not reach the final four, finishing with the most runs. And when it comes to the bowling, right, he is up the top. He probably looks certain to go and take it there. Illingworth is probably his next closest opponent, but still 5 wickets back behind. So we may see a debutant take the most wickets this season. But enough about that. Let's go get straight into the game. First off, first versus fourth, Royal Heiney taking on the Snipers. Let's go. So, it is the Snipers who are batting first. Right, the man we were just talking about before, leading the wicket-taking charts with 24 wickets in 14 games so far. Make that 25 in his 15th as he goes and gets Henry for 13 off 11. Now remember, I did say that Lepakis and Peterson, both of them can go and catch Turnbull for the leading run scorer. It is going to be tough for Lepakis. It would mean the Snipers would have to win and he would have to go on to make a big score. He is LBW by the captain for 28 off 39. Peterson's still hanging in there though. He needs about, I think it was 204 runs in his last 2 innings. Saying that, the Snipers do need to make it to the final. But they have gone and made a pretty good start heading towards the halfway stage. 229 on the board with just 2 wickets down. So a good platform that they have built here so far. And Peterson, he is looking like he is making good on that challenge at the moment. Striking it over 100, moved into the 80s as well. And he just needs to go and just keep going and put a decent score on the board for the Snipers. And what a time for your wild card to stand up. 100 for Peterson, coming off less than 100 balls. Dale, he's done his bit as well. Played the support act, 51 off 90. And then he was gone to Smart. Irie went for 13 off 16. And Crook has gone and picked up Peterson as well. 132, but a very well made 132. And things are starting to fall apart for the Snipers as we get to this back end. But still 263 on the board. Runs on the board may be enough to see them make it in to their final. But Frost has not started off well. He's gone to Dale for 5 off 6. And it is going to be really dependent, I think, on, these next 3 batsmen for the Royal Heiney, McCullum, Spriggs, and Crook. But, oh my God, they've had an almighty collapse. McCullum was the first to go, 29 off 32. Then it was Crook to Clapperton for 5 off 4. He also got Fisher, and then he picked up the big one. He got Spriggs, 23 off 14. And it is going to take a lot of work here for the Royal Heiney to come back and get into the final. Dale's picked up his third as well. He's been a little bit expensive, 3 for 44 off his 7 overs, but he has picked up 3 very crucial wickets, including both openers, and then Champion for 26 off 43. But things not looking good here for the Royal Heiney whatsoever. Remember, they are the premiers this season. I believe they were premiers last season as well. Made it to the final, but couldn't get over that final hurdle. And many were thinking that this was going to be their season. Harris is keeping them alive. He's keeping them in there. He has got a nicely made 52, and Taylor doing the same as well, moving towards 50. He has actually just gone and got it there. So it's not the end of the world here for the Royal Heiney. They do need still about another 50 runs coming from the last 6 overs, which isn't impossible. Taylor's done his bit, but he has gone to Darcy for 63 off 78. Fisher is looking as though he is going to score 100 in a losing cause, which he has gone and done. Oh my God! No freaking way! No freaking way. Oh, I thought that the Royal Heiney was completely dead and buried. Harris scored the 100, 104 not out off 115, and the Snipers won on a countback. So I believe that means in the regular season they must have beaten them twice or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but the match is drawn. The Snipers go through. The Snipers go through on a countback. I do not know how that works. I will have a look. Actually, we'll have a look now because we do have time. So we just need to look for the Snipers. So the Snipers beat the Royal Heiney in round 11. They must have done the double. No. I don't know how that works. What's going on, guys? It is Cliffy here. Now, welcome to part 2, or the second part of the semi-final action. Now, there was a lot of confusion that went around last time around, but the Snipers somehow have won on a countback going back to previous games. So they've moved through to the final. The next game is between the Vikings and the Shreaders, 2v3, and this one really could go either way. So let's go and jump straight into it. The Vikings, they are going to be batting first, and it is Perkins and Brown opening up, and as we saw in the game just before, I was going to say last week's video, but in the game just before, really anything can happen and no score is safe. Brown, he's gone to Toner for 23 off 22. He's done his bit. He's gone, striked it just over 100, and they'll need to go and just push on here from now, the Vikings. So the winner of this game does go and take on the Snipers in the final, and what a fairy tale finish that will be for the Snipers if they did manage to go and pick up the championship. You know, after the crappy start, I guess you would say, that they did have to the season. Perkins, he has moved on past 50. He is carrying, well, not carrying the team at the moment, but being the anchor. We've lost Ronke for 20, and we've lost Roberts for 16. We've just lost Musket as well for 13. But still a fairly good score after 30 overs, 4 for 147. Still a lot of work left to do for both teams, but it really could go either way, and it really is going to be dependent on this last 20 overs as to where things do go and end up. So not too bad of a start. Spearman's gone for 21 off 27. Perkins has gone and passed his 100. He has been a bit of the Lone Ranger today, the guy who has been keeping things together, being the anchor. And that is really what they needed, the Vikings. They just needed someone to go and stand up, and that is what has happened. 237 on the board already, and it is going to be interesting what they finish up with. 258. Now, don't get too excited, because last time around I thought that the Royal Heiney were completely done and out of it. They actually came back to draw the game, lost on a countback, which, again, I'm not 100% sure how it works, but the game must know somehow. Amla is he's carrying on. They're going to need him, the Shreaders, to go and put up a good fight after they lost to Hinga for 1 off just 6 balls, and Kumar's gone for 20 off 23. So the captain is gone. A lot of pressure now on Hashim Amla, the wild card, to go and pick things up and carry on into, well, it just needs to go and just be, he almost needs to play, you know, the anchor role, but he can't quite do that. Wade has gone and got him. Ronke picks up the catch, 50 off 17, and Hasty is gone for 22 as well. So, again, things looking like they really could go either way in this game. At the halfway stage, it is very, very even. Remember, 257, I believe, is the total that is being chased. So anything really could happen. It is very, very interesting. Connor, he's moving along quite nicely, being that anchor role. But Roberts has come up with a big wicket, the big partnership breaker. He's got Dean for 29 off 28. So this is honestly, this game is going to go down to the wire as well. This tournament has been, I cannot believe how successful the tournament has been. It has been so, so close. Anything really could happen, and anything has happened. And as we can see, the Shreaders boys get up with 2 wickets left to go. Connor playing that anchor innings, 83 not out off 113. Perkins, 145 not out off 150. Couldn't quite get the job done. And the Shreaders move into the final to take on the Snipers next week. So as we can see, 3v4 being played at the Snipers home ground, being played at Lord's. So that will be a game that you do not want to miss. Anyway, guys, do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to leave a like. If you are new, please do subscribe. Make sure you check out my Facebook and Twitter. Links that can be found down below in the description. Hope you guys have had a good weekend. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. I've got more Don Bradman coming your guys' way with my career. Make sure you do not miss that.